So how did the Breonna Taylor case get on your radar? How did that come into play?
So there was an investigative unit called place-based investigations that would target individuals that were problems, and they were supposed to go in and surgically remove them from society once they got charges on them. And they had this guy named Jamarcus Glover on the radar that was actually, and it's such a deeper story. It was given to him from the mayor's office, which was bizarre because they would show up to the meetings. A deputy mayor would with our assistant chiefs to get updates on this case, which I'd never seen in 20 years. And
So the deputy chief and the mayor would show up to police briefings on the
a deputy mayor
Jamarcus
would,
Glover case?
right,
The deputy
not the
mayor.
mayor, yeah, the deputy mayor.
Deputy mayor, okay.
Yeah,
And
and
that doesn't
it
happen
doesn't
usually.
happen, no, ever. And so the first time I saw it happen, I'm like, "That's weird," but it was a new unit, so maybe they're doing something totally different than I'm accustomed to, whatever. Then I saw it week after week after week they would come in, and so I'm sitting scratching my head going, "What is going on here?" And come to find out, there was some gentrification going on in the area, and there were 2 houses that they needed that the city had acquired the entire block except these 2 houses that the owner wouldn't sell. And when they started this new unit, the very first target, coincidentally, were these 2 houses that the city couldn't get. So the mayor's office put them onto
Mm,
this, showed up weekly to get updates going, "How long is this gonna be before we take these houses?" And so they used the police as a Gestapo basically for the government. And the police were blinded
mm,
to it because they're like, "Oh, the mayor's office put us on this, we gotta do it, right? This is a complaint." This guy is a bad guy. He had, I think, at the time, 6 pending felony cases for guns and drugs. And that's just from Kentucky. He's originally from Mississippi, he'd been in prison there, so he was just a turd, right? And
yeah.
he needed to go. Um, but why they picked this one didn't come out till later, and it still isn't one of the things that they focus on because, naturally, you gotta have a fall guy, and the police are an easy fall guy.
Yeah.
And so
So this guy sorry to cut
you're
you
good.
off. So this guy, Jamarcus Glover, did have a rap sheet, but then behind the scenes, do you suspect there was some underlying force of gentrification where the 2 houses that couldn't get bought out by the city for whatever reason, they were just having cops stake it out to go the other way, which is, all right, like, if we get the owner or the renters of this house for something, whatever the situation is, then the city can claim that house and we can build whatever we wanna
And they
build.
did. After our case, they got the houses. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So now it's just like a whole new it's like a condo or
Well, they're
something, whatever,
developing it into a big area with a fountain in the middle. So I've got the plans from they drew these plans up in 2017. That's how long they've been working on this, and they started acquiring
mm.
those houses then. And
And
I've
so this is 3 years before Breonna Taylor.
Right. Yeah, so all this stuff was in motion that we had no idea about because 'cause we're not privy to, what the city government's doing as far as that kinda stuff. And so we got an email one day just saying, "Hey, we have this manpower intensive, activity going on. We're doing 5 warrants in one night, 3 of them simultaneously. SWAT's gonna help us out, but we need bodies." So I looked at my schedule, I'm like, "Man, I'm working up till 10 that night." The, uh, the actual brief for the warrant starts at 10. I'm like, "Sure, put me down, I'll do it. It's overtime, right? Who doesn't like overtime?" And I actually looked at the addresses and saw, man, ghetto, 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 and I went, "Oh, this one's in a okay end of town." I mean, it's not great, but it's not the ghetto. I was sick of trap houses at this point.